Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be showing the 8 best grinding fruits. First off, we have Dark in the 7th spot. So, Dark, I put at the bottom just because, well, if you look here, I'm trying to travel around with the ghastly step. You only get it if you awaken the fruit. So, it's not really that good as a form of transportation, which I feel like is good when you need to grind so you can travel from island to island. I feel like flight is very, very important. But yeah, I mean, you see me here traveling from just Rose at Ice Castle. It's taking a while. I mean, it's definitely a bit faster than a little others just because I'm using dashes and superhuman. However, alone with the ghastly step, it's a pain to get there. Alright, so we're finally on the island. I'm gonna attack every NPC with superhuman just to lure them all together, and then I'll just use Dark to farm. So Dark, I mean it's Logia. You have your stuns, but I mean it just doesn't do damage. And I have maxed out Blox fruits here, so I have 1450 points in Blox fruits, so everything's maxed out. I'm doing little to no damage here. So grinding with Dark isn't really the best here. I mean, there's many other fruits which are way better. Yeah. And like Dark also has knockback attacks too. So the World of Darkness attack, it knocks your enemies back and you do not want that. You want everything to stay on you and always on you. You don't want them to get knocked back. So yeah, this is why Dark's at the number 7 spot at the bottom. Alright, let's move on to the next fruit. Alright, so the next fruit is gonna be Smoke. Now Smoke, uh, it's definitely one of the worst of the Logias, PvP, grinding wise. Yeah. I mean, out of this fruit, you only get your slow smoke flight and you get the Logia effect. It doesn't really do damage, Like, between thinking of this or Dark as the bottom, I thought Dark is on the bottom just because of the flight. Like, Smoke is only number 6 just because of its flight. The damage is terrible. It's not good for grinding. Like, there's so many other Logias which are better. But, I mean, if you're starting out and you only have 100k, I suggest getting Smoke. You get your flight, you got a Logia effect, you're good to go. But yeah, this is why Smoke's at the bottom. Also, I just want to point out, this is meant for grinding, not PvP. If this was, best PvP Logias, it'd be a completely different list. However, this is only for grinding. Nothing to do with PvP whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, as you guys can still see here, it's taking me a while to kill these NPCs, man. It's just taking me a while. Like, Smoke, it's number 6 because slow flight and very little damage. So yeah, you guys can see the flight right here. It's not that fast at all. Yeah. Well, let's move on to our next fruit, number 5. In the number 5 spot, we have Sand. Sand's not that bad actually. This is my first time using it. It's not bad. It feels a little bit faster than, we'll say like Smoke and Magma. It's a little bit faster. I don't know. It could be the same speed, but I just feel a little bit faster using it. Sand, it has 4 other different moves you can use. Alright, so I'm gonna lure all these guys in with superhuman. Alright. So we're gonna be using our desert sword. It's not bad. No, desert sword's not a bad attack. Sand tornado's not bad. Desert funeral is terrible, and heavy sand is terrible. So, I mean, sand's decent. I mean, you knock your enemies up, which is not really what you want. However, the sand tornado, it's a good move. It's decent damage, as you guys can see. I mean, I'm killing these NPCs a little bit faster compared to Dark and Smoke. But the Desert Funeral, it's not a good move. It only attacks 1, and the Heavy Sand is not a good move because it blasts them all away. However, the Desert Sword and Sand Tornado makes this a decent grinding fruit. So, I mean, you have the money, you can get sand. On to the next fruit. We have Rumble here. Rumble in the number 4 spot. Rumble, I don't know, I was contemplating about this one for a bit. Just because, it's not bad. But, however, I mean, it has stuns. It doesn't really knock them back. It's got great damage. It just doesn't have a flight. If it had a flight compared to a dash, it'd be way higher on the list. However, the dash does help in terms of PvP. Yeah, I mean, you guys see here, I'm killing these NPCs really, really quick. You know, if needed, let's say you're fighting a boss, the dash comes in handy. You can cast the Sky Beam anywhere, the Rumble Dragon anywhere, dash around. Sky Thunder, it stuns the NPCs, so, I mean, that's good. Rumble is a decent fruit to grind at, so that's why it's at the number 4 spot. Great damage. It lacks flight, but, you know, you don't need it too much unless you're finding a boss. But yeah, let's move on to number 3. We have Magma here. So, Magma, I mean, it's such a high damage dealing fruit. I think it's, no, out of the Logias, I'm pretty sure it's the highest damage dealing. But, I mean, you guys see it right here. Magma Fist, Magma Column. The Wolf knocks them back, so when grinding, I suggest to not use the Wolf. But, I mean, everything else, man, it kills these guys with ease. Obliterates them. The flight, it's about similar to smoke and sand in a way. It's not the fastest. It's about mid-range to slow to mid. But the damage output, it's just absolutely insane. It's good, great fruit for grinding. Magma though, it's on the pricier side. It's like 850k. So if you're starting out, you can't really buy this fruit. But yeah. Just great damage output, flight. I mean, there's a reason why it's at the number 3 spot right now. It's just a great fruit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just high damage. Yeah, you know what? Let's move on to the next fruit. Also in number 3, we have ice. So ice and magma, they're tied. I just didn't know which one to put in front of the other, just because, I mean, magma has a flight, however, ice, it has this ice walk. If you pair this ice walk with mink, it is insanely fast. Like, mink's the fastest race in the game compared with ice. I mean, paired with ice, I mean, it's just even faster. You travel islands with ease. Like, it's just quick. Almost, I don't know. I don't want to say it's as fast as light, but it's up there. It's comparable to light in a way. As long as you have your mink thing up, you know, the T ability, it is comparable to light in speed. Also, it also has an ice sword. So that's what gave me a sense of putting it, you know, 3rd place, tying with magma. Because it has a sword. Now, the sword, it helps you do consistent damage here, alright? Here, look, you see that? Alright. Haki does not change the sword damage, by the way. On ice sword or light sword, it does not change the damage. So, I mean, instead of me maxing out something like melee or something, I can just straight up max out Blox fruits. Attack these guys with my sword. I mean, it's not bad. 1200 damage, not bad at all. Ice shards, it's a great attack. AoE damage, a lot of damage as well. Ice surge, I mean, you don't really want to use it. One, you can't really see them. They get knocked back a little bit. So yeah, it's not really ideal. It's a little unfortunate that these NPCs just reset. Oh, never mind, they did not. Ice Bird's good. Ice Shard's good. You don't really want to use Glacial or the Ice Age move just because you can't attack while it is casting. So ice, if you're grinding with ice, you want to use these ice shards and the ice bird. They are the good moves to use. And while they are also stunned, you can also use the ice sword. The ice sword really, really helps us out. So yeah. Alright, so let's move on into the number 2 spot. We only have 2 fruits left. And number 2, we have Flame. Flame's just amazing. I mean, it's like it's a little less damage than magma, but you do have a faster flight. So as you can see here, we have fire flight. It's decently faster. I'm pretty sure it's like out of the Logias, not including like Doe, Phoenix, you know, things like that. I think it's second to only light. Yeah, I think it's only second to light. Magma, I mean, Flame, man. It's a great fruit. It costs 250k in these stocks, so if you're a beginner, you can buy it quite quickly too. So, you don't want to buy Smoke and you want to buy Flame, you can just save up an extra 150k, go to the stock and just buy Flame. I mean, it's definitely worth it. But no, it's definitely slow though. It's slow, but fast. It's like smack dab in the middle of the devil fruit flights. As you can see here, I'm having to rely on dashes. Pretty much ice, light, they're the fastest ones. If you have mink and pair with ice, it's one of the fastest. We're just gonna fly here. Yeah, no, this is taking a while. And we're finally on the island. I have my flame partially awakened, so my moves will look a little bit different. So yeah, I forgot to say that some of my fruits are awakened. So usually you would have fire bullets, but I have burning blast for my first move. It's not bad. It's AoE damage, does all around. It doesn't knock them back. It doesn't throw them away, anything like that. It's not bad at all. Fire beam does knock them back though. It just flings them everywhere. You don't really want to use fire beam. So yeah, I gotta round these guys up again. Burning blast again. Great move to use. Fire column. It's not bad. I mean, damage isn't bad. However, yes, it does knock them away. So when you are grinding with flame, you want to use burning blast and firebomb, or fire bullets and firebomb, depending on if you are awakened or not. I did not test the awakened forms of these fruits, so I cannot say much about that. But you know what? Let's move on to the top spot. You guys already know what it is. My favorite. It's light. Bam. So light's literally the absolute best fruit. I mean, you got your sword, light sword. It does more damage than the ice sword by 100. So ice sword does 1200, light sword does 1300. So let's run them up with the light sword. Now my light's fully awakened. So that move I just used, Wrath of God, all these moves I'm using, they're fully awakened. It's insane. I kill these NPCs in like 5-8 seconds. Wrath of God, Swords of Judgment, it's such a good move. Right here's the Divine Arrow, it's the Awakened Z move. Swords of Judgment, it stuns the NPCs as well. Light Speed Destroyer, you don't want to use it. It's a single target move. Wrath of God, Divine Arrow, and Swords of Judgment. You have 3 moves you can use on these NPCs, so that is very, very good. And we also have the Light Flight here, or Shining Flight. You can turn. This is by far the fastest flight in the game. Like, it's incredibly fast. And you can turn. You can only turn if you awakened it though. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, by far light. It's 650k in the stock. So if you want to buy, I do recommend buying. It is the best grinding fruit there is. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You already know. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.